let me tell you a secret.
You step into a brightly lit room, reach into your pocket, and glance at your screen. You scroll past thousands of posts designed to trigger a quick hit of dopamine in your brain. But thousands of years ago, before smartphones, screens, or morning coffee, your ancestors were already looking for ways to alter their minds. They didn't have modern medicine or synthetic compounds. Yet buried beneath the dirt of ancient burial sites, archaeologists keep finding the exact same plant. The question is, were they actually getting high, or was something much stranger going on? For a long time, historians assumed that ancient plant use was strictly practical. Humans cultivated crops for food, rope, and shelter. Cannabis, with its tough fibers, was one of the earliest domesticated plants in human history, used over 10,000 years ago to weave clothing and fishing nets. But as researchers began digging deeper into ancient graves across Asia and Europe, the narrative began to shift. In 2019, a team led by researcher Yimin Yang examined 2,500-year-old wooden burners at the Jerzankel Cemetery in the Pamir Mountains of western China. Inside the braziers, they found chemical residue with unusually high levels of THC, the psychoactive compound responsible for the plant's mind-altering effects. Wild cannabis from that era typically contained very low levels of THC. This meant the people buried here were not just picking wild weeds by accident. They were specifically selecting plants with higher potency and burning them over hot stones inside closed tents or wooden chambers. Further west, ancient Greek historian Herodotus recorded a striking account of the Scythians, nomadic warriors who roamed the Eurasian steppes over 2,400 years ago. He described how they would set up small felt tents, throw cannabis seeds onto red-hot stones, and inhale the rising smoke. Herodotus noted that they would shout for joy as the vapor filled the tent, mistaking a communal psychoactive ritual for a cleansing bath. So why did early humans seek out these altered states of mind? To understand this, you have to look at how ancient people experienced the world. To your ancestors, reality was unpredictable, dangerous, and deeply mysterious. Illness, weather, and death were controlled by invisible forces, spirits, and gods. Inhaling smoke that altered perception wasn't seen as entertainment or relaxation. It was a bridge between dimensions. In many ancient societies, psychoactive plants were reserved strictly for rituals, shamans, and funerals. The smoke at Jerzankel was likely burned during burial rites, helping mourners communicate with the dead or guide departed spirits into the next realm. What we view today as a recreational high was, to them, a sacred technology for making sense of a terrifying world. Yet, there is a fascinating twist. Over thousands of years of human agriculture, we didn't just consume the plant, we completely changed its evolution. By repeatedly selecting seeds from the strongest smelling, most potent plants, ancient farmers transformed a tough, fibrous weed into a high-THC organism. The plant changed human culture, but human desire permanently altered the plant's DNA. Today, when you look at how people seek out relief, distraction, or altered states of mind, the tools may have changed, but the fundamental drive remains identical. Whether it is scrolling endlessly through digital feeds or gathering around an ancient campfire, your brain is still wired with the same ancient urge, a desire to step outside of ordinary reality, escape the noise, and find a brief moment of altered focus. You step into a brightly lit room, reach into your pocket, and realize that thousands of years may have passed, but your search for a shift in perspective is as ancient as humanity itself. Made it to the end? Thank you, legend. Hit like, subscribe, share with your friends. Got a video idea? Comment below and we might just make it. That's a wrap. See you in the next one.